Good morning, students. Today we start the next mode of transport, that is railways. Railways are important mode of transportation for freight and passengers in India. Freight, the goods that are carried from one place to another place by ship or lorry. The system of carrying goods in this way is known as freight. In India, railways also make it possible to conduct multifarious activities like business, sightseeing, pilgrimage, along with transportation of goods over longer distances. So, this mode of transport is very important for our country like India because we are using this kind of transport for our business activity, for sightseeing, for pilgrimage, along with the transportation of goods from the longer distance. As you know that the heavy industries are depend for getting raw material and to reach the finished product from the industry to the market. The principal mode of transportation for heavy industries, that is the railways. Apart from an important means of transport, the Indian Railways have been a great integrating force for more than 150 years. As you know that the first train steamed in 1853 from Mumbai to Thane, and the distance which was covered by that train was only 34 kilometers. Next we start about the advantages of railways. It is the best and comfortable mode of transport for longer distances. Principal mode of transport for freight and passenger. Accelerate the development of agriculture and industry because raw material reach from the field to the different industry by the use of railways. It binds economic life of the country because lakhs of the people they employed, they are getting employed from the railways. Railways are an important source of employment in India. It earns revenue. It is the largest public undertaking sector in the country. Railways perform many public utility services. It is both convenient and safer to travel long distances by railways. So these are the important advantages of railways. The fare of railways is much cheaper as compared to other mode of transport because there are multi activities which are performed by railways, and this railway is controlled mostly by our public sector. That's the reason that the cost of fare is very low in our railway system. Next, according to 2011, Indian Railways have a network of 7,133 stations spread over a route of length 64,460 km, fleet of 9,213 locomotives, 53,220 passenger service vehicles, 6,493 other coaches vehicle, and 2,29,381 wagons. So, as per the census of 2011, this is the record in our railway system that the Indian Railway has all these kind of facilities. Do you know that the Indian Railways is the largest public sector undertaking in the country? The first train steamed off from Mumbai to Thane in 1853, covering a distance of 34 kilometers. Who was responsible or who was known as the father of Indian Railways? Lord Dalhousie was known as the father of Indian Railways. Next, we discuss about the tracks. What is rail gauge? Rail gauge is defined as the distance between the inner sides of the two tracks. There are two lines which are running parallel, and in between of them the distance is called gauge. And in our country there are three kinds of gauge. First is broad gauge, and the width and the distance, that is 1.676 meter. Next is meter gauge, that is 1 meter. Next one is narrow gauge, that is 0.762 meter and 0.610 meter. So it is important question for CBSE board examination that what is rail gauge and how many types of gauge. So this is about the railway, its importance, and the gauge system of railways. Next we discuss that what are the factors which are affecting the railway network in our country India. Mainly there are three factors. One is administrative factor, second is economic factors, and third one is physiographic factors. Let us discuss one by one that how these three factors are affecting the distribution of railway network system in our country India. We are the part of northern plains, and we know that this is a vast plain land and it support agriculture and industry, and for reaching raw material and finished product, railway is the principal mode of transportation in our northern plains. The northern plains with their vast level land, high population density and rich agricultural resources provided the most favorable condition for their growth. So the web of railways is spread in where? In the northern plains of India. There are 3 or 4 regions. First is this northern plains provide rich agricultural land for agriculture system. Second, it is a plain land which is supporting the expansion of railways. Third, high population density, and fourth, that it supports industry. Next one is a large number of services a large number of rivers requiring construction of bridges across their wide beds pose some obstacles. Yes, there is obstacles when we build the bridge in the river system. The Himalayan mountain regions too are not favorable for the construction of railways lines due to the high relief, sparse population and the lack of economic opportunities. That is the reason that in the Himalayan mountain region there is less expansion of railway system in our country India. It is equally difficult on the sandy plain of western Rajasthan, swamps of Gujarat, forested tracts of Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Odisha and Jharkhand. So these points shows that these three factors, administrative factor, economic factor and physiographic factors, are affecting the distribution of railway network in our country India. Next, that what are the problems faced by the Indian railways? Many passengers travel without ticket. So it is one of the biggest challenge before our railway system. Thefts and damage of railway property. People are taking so many things from train unnecessarily. They pulling chain. That is the other problem which is faced by our railway system. Cleanliness of train and stations. It lack repair and maintenance of tracks and bridges. Rail traffic has increased and the old tracks are not able to carry the increased load and accidents are frequent. These are the problems which are faced by our Indian railway system. And day by day we heard that there is an accident in that area. So lack of communication technology. These are the problems which are facing by our Indian railways system. Next mode of transportation, that is pipeline. Pipelines transportation network is a new arrival on the transportation map of India. Earlier, these were used to transport water to cities and industry. Pipelines were used to transport water into cities and the industries. Now these are used for transporting what? Petroleum products, crude oil, natural gas, solids in slurry form, and crude oil and the water. Initial cost of laying pipeline is high. When we let down the pipeline, its cost is very high, but its running cost reduced. It rules out transshipment losses or delays. There is no problem of traffic jam and no delays in the transportation. It is one of the biggest benefit of pipeline in the transportation map of India. Next we discuss that problems of pipeline transportation. It is not flexible, that is, it can be used only for a few fixed points. Its capacity cannot be increased once it is laid. It is difficult to make security arrangements for pipelines, and underground pipelines cannot be easily repaired, and detection of leakage is also difficult. These are the four major problems before our pipeline transportation. And if we are discussing about the pipeline transportation in India, so there are three main networks of pipeline transportation in our India. First, from oil field in Upper Assam to Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh via Guwahati, Barauni and Allahabad. It goes from Barauni to Haldia via Rajban to Mayurigram and Guwahati to Siliguri. It is the first pipeline. Second one is, it is from Salaya, Gujarat to Jalandhar, Punjab via Viramgam, Mathura, Delhi and Sonipat. Gas pipeline from Hazira. It is the most important pipeline for our country India. It is the longest pipeline for our country India, and its length is more than 1700 kilometers. Gas pipeline from Hazira, Gujarat connects Jagdishpur, Uttar Pradesh via Vijaypur in Madhya Pradesh. So its length is more than 1700 kilometers. So this is about the pipeline transportation. So students, today we discuss about the importance of railways, what are the problems which are facing by our railways, and what are the factors which are affecting the railway network in our country India, and in which year the first train was steamed off in our country, who was known as the father of Indian railways, and about the railways. And then we discussed about the pipeline transportation, that which are the major pipelines of our country India, what are the problems which are facing of pipeline transportation, and what are the benefits of pipeline transportation. Thank you and have a nice day.